Hi, this is Sasha Segan from PCMag.com here with the LG G7 ThinQ. This is LG's new flagship phone. It has a bunch of new features. I'm going to walk you through them. You may have just heard, or you'll hear now, the unusually powerful, unusually high quality speaker on this phone. It looks like it has a small bottom speaker, but in fact it's using the volume of the inside of the phone essentially as a subwoofer, and you can feel the phone vibrate when you're playing music. Now, the G7 is a standard high-end smartphone for 2018 in a lot of ways. It has a 6.1-inch QHD Plus LCD display. LG says this display is very bright. They say it goes up to 1,000 nits outdoors. I have it swiped up to brightness right now so you can see. It's an RGBW display, so there is a designated white pixel to make the whites whiter. It is also a notch display, and you can turn the notch off, turn it into a standard status bar in settings if you don't like the notch look. On the back, there are dual 16 megapixel cameras, one f1.6 standard, the other one f1.9 wide angle. On the front, there's an 8 megapixel camera. Inside, we have 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, micro SD card slot, and a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. On the side here, there is a button. What is this button? This is the Google Assistant button. For now, it is not remappable. If you press it, Google Assistant will happen. Google Assistant is not set up on this phone, but Google Assistant is the default here. The G7 ThinQ has, they say, farther field microphones than your standard phone. So they say it can respond to Google Assistant commands from about 16 feet as opposed to 6 feet on other phones. We're going to have to try that in a less noisy atmosphere when Google Assistant is properly set up. What else is going on here? Let me fire this up for you. This is the AI camera. The AI camera is a mode that tries to identify what the camera is looking at and set the mode appropriately. In my mind, the most impressive use of the AI camera is in low light. In low light, it kicks automatically into a pixel binning mode that makes photos look brighter, look more saturated. This mode is also available as a software upgrade on the V30 models, but we're seeing it here on the G7. It wasn't on the G6. Performance-wise, I mean, we're just looking at early demo units right now. It looks absolutely fine. It is a Snapdragon 845. It's going to come with all of the radio bands, all of the latest radio bands for US carriers. We haven't currently, as of this video, heard about things like pricing or what carriers it's going to come out on, which will almost certainly be every carrier, or how compatible the unlocked version will be with various carriers, although there will be an unlocked version, and the hardware will be compatible with all carriers, so it's really down to the carriers to say what they will support. So now you do see that there is a designated headphone jack, old school headphone jack. This is going to work with LG's Quad DAC. Now, obviously, you're not getting Quad DAC quality out with the built-in speakers. I mean, they're just speakers, but this does have the really high-quality sound output through the headphone jack that you're used to on the recent LG phones. It's slim, it's waterproof. LG says it is relatively rugged, although I am a little concerned about these bumpers being rounder than on the G6. So what happens if it lands on a corner? We will have to see that in testing as well. But that is the LG G7 ThinQ. We're going to hear more about it throughout May. This has been Sasha Segan from PCMag.com.